Shame. Right in the middle of pulling this Reggie Jackson that actually does not look too bad. It's pretty well centered. Top to bottom, it might be a little high. I'll have to measure it. Left to right looks really good. Put them up. Still looking for the bow. Ricky Horton, Tim Conroy, Steve Boros, Charlie Liebrandt, and Dave Steve is going to end the pack. We only have 3 packs left. And just for shits and giggles, we are going to open up that 1983 Donruss Hall of Fame pack. All right. Last 3 packs. And then that's going to be the box. Got Rick Rhoden, Bill Madlock, Lance Parrish, Carl Willis, Mike Morgan, Wayne Krenchicki, yeah, Dan Petrie, Glenn Hoffman. We got a Teddy Higuera All-Star, Bill Russell, Paul Molitor, Rob Wilfong, Sammy Stewart, Alfredo Griffin, Dave Stapleton, Sid Bream, Lonnie Smith. Holy cow, we are down to the last 2 packs. We haven't pulled a single Bo Jackson, not a single Barry Bonds, only 1 Nolan Ryan right here. He's off center. We have gotten a couple McGuire's, a Canseco, so I can't complain too much. But I was really looking forward to more than just... I needed a Bonds. I wanted a Bo. Bo for sure. A's leaders, Keith Hernandez All-Star, Scott Sanderson, Don Sutton, Ron Say, Cardinals leaders, Tom Browning, Dickie Thon, John Moses, Kevin Romine, Tony Pena, Bob Forsch, Joe Orsulak, Dave Collins, George Brett. I forgot about George Brett too. That one actually looked no, he's got ink spots. Look at this. It's like the card has chicken pox. There's so many. I mean, it's a George Brett. That was really well centered. It's just got those spots. It's not going to gem out. Rich Gossage and Doug Drabeck. Last pack magic. Could it be possible that we have a Bo Jackson and a Barry Bonds in this pack? It's going to have to be. I honestly don't. I honestly thought we'd get at least 1 of each. Got all this gum here. All right. I think the top one, I think I kind of peaked it. I think it's going to be the Rafael Palmeiro Future Stars. That would be good. I'd be happy with that. I'd still want the Bo Jackson Future Stars. So this is the last pack. We're about to go through it. I appreciate whatever technical glitches we've been going through. I appreciate you sticking through all of that. Don't forget, like and subscribe. We open up 2 packs of junk wax every single day. And we do a few funny videos in between. Occasionally, we do a live. Yep, there it is. Rafael Palmeiro, Future Stars. And that is off-center to the left. Still a good card. Put him in front of George Brett back there. Max Venable. Todd Worrell, record breaker. See an all-star coming up. Mike Birkbeck. Mike Woodard. Roy Smalley, Willie Hernandez. Well, I'm putting these in the wrong stack here. Willie Hernandez, Rangers leaders. We got Keith Hernandez, All-Star. Juan Samuel, Carmen Castillo, Claudel Washington, Donnie Moore, Tim Lawler, Jim Wolford, Dennis Powell. The pack and box ends with Orlando Mercado. So, unfortunately, we did not pull a single Bo Jackson. We did not pull a single Barry Bonds. We did get a Nolan Ryan. He's right up in front. We did get a Don Mattingly. So let's see. What did we get here? We got Nolan Ryan, which, awesome. Oral Hershiser. We did get a Will Clark rookie. That's pretty cool. That one, God, that edge is really fuzzy. Actually, both edges are fuzzy. I'm going to take a look at that one. Measure it out. Couple good ones. Fernando. There's the Donnie baseball. That one is definitely off center, you can tell. Ozzie Smith. Wade Boggs. This one looks like it's riding a little high. And the top right corner, the top left corner, they got little dings in them. That's not going to go. Trying to find cards to round out my PSA order. Ozzie Smith, Dave Winfield. There's a McGuire. We got a couple McGuires out of the box. That was pretty cool. Both of them off center. They're shifted to the left. This one's shifted to the left as well. So those aren't going to make the cut. I do have one that I plan on sending. Lenny Dykstra. Here we've got Mattingly and Ricky Henderson. So we did get a Jose Canseco as well. I believe he's in this one. Got Ozzie Smith off center and Topsy. Cal Ripken off center. Cal Ripken base card. Shifted to the left, unfortunately. Eckersley, Dwight Gooden, Mike Scioscia, Brett Saberhagen, Steve Sachs All-Star, Chili Davis. There's the Ryan Sandberg. He's got some ink spots, and he's shifted to left, so unfortunately I'm not going to waste my time and money grading that. Steve Garvey. Here's that Jose Canseco. The Canseco, however, I mean, the that looks pretty fuzzy. It might be riding a little low on the card, but I'm going to measure it up, and maybe that one can get submitted. So we got that in the Will Clark. Lee Smith. Here's a Roger Clemens. Who's behind him? Joe Carter. The Roger Clemens looks pretty good. That might be shifted to the right a little, but this is another one I'm going to take a close look at. You know, it goes to show you, out of the whole box of cards, over 500 baseball cards, so far I've got 3 that are, one, notable name, you know, enough star power to make it worth grading, and 2, where it's visually, upon just a rough inspection, close enough to being gradable, like being centered with sharp corners and clean edges, no ink spots. Now I'm going to have to break out my ruler and magnifying glass and really put it to the test. Reggie Jackson and Pete Rose, even cards this late in their careers, if graded in a Gem Mint 10, can really command a lot of money. It's surprising how much some of these can get. And this Reggie Jackson actually looks pretty well centered. If anything, I think it's shifted a little right. And top to bottom looks very close too. So I'm going to set this one aside, and we will look at that. The Pete Rose with that ink bubble there isn't gradable at all, unfortunately. I do have one in my stack right next to me that I am going to send either the first or maybe a second round. We got a couple Carlton Fisks. I think just visually it shifted to the left. Same with this one. Got Andy Van Slyke, Mike Green. We only got one Mike Greenwell in the whole box. That is pretty nuts, if you ask me. One single Mike Greenwell in the whole box. Got couple Daryl Strawberries. I think, yeah, these are shifted to the left. Lee Smith. That's shifted to the left as well. Eric Davis. It looks like a good card until you turn it over and you see that he got the wax. So that's unfortunate. Rumor has it that you can take some pantyhose and just lightly just run it back and forth over the wax stain and it'll remove it. I don't care to do that. You got Daryl Strawberry. It's got dots all over it. And there is a slight imperfection on the top edge, like right where his bat, if you continued his bat, you see that. Andres Galarraga. One Andres Galarraga on the whole box, too. And we'll just clear off the stands. And you know what? We're going to open up this 83 Donruss Hall of Fame baseball. So stick with me here. Just let's get through this last highlight stack here, and then we'll get to that pack. Rafael Palmeiro. Unfortunately, off-center shifted to the left. And it was it would have been the middle card in the pack. But that would have been another one that could have gotten sent off. George Brett looks like he's got chicken pox because there are red spots all over that card. Turn back the clock, Ricky. That is not centered, unfortunately. The Roger Clemens has a very fuzzy edge. I don't know if you can see those fibers just all along that left edge. So that's a no. Steve Carlton, Reds leaders. Ted Simmons, Bruce Sutter. Dot. There's some Mets leaders. Cecil Fielder, except he got the gum stain. Lou Piniella. There's a Pete Rose. Let's take a look at this one. I think that's shifted to the left. Tony Bernard and a Reggie Jackson turn back the clock. That is pretty close, maybe, but I don't think the turn back the clock cards command enough value, even in a gem mint condition, to warrant getting it graded. You can tell the back is shifted to the right. All right, well, I have these 4 cards to put under a magnifying glass and look to see if they are grade worthy. If I'm going to waste my time and money to send those off to get graded at PSA. Now, here we go. Stick around. We have Let's get rid of the box. There's the background you all have grown to know and love. Here we have a 1983 Donruss Hall of Fame baseball pack. We are looking for the Mickey Mantle. All the players in here are Hall of Famers, so they're all going to go up on the stand. There's a Mickey Mantle puzzle piece that goes along with this. Bob Lemon to start us off. We got Joe Cronin, Johnny Mize. We got a checklist. Do we put the Hall of Fame checklist on the stand? Maybe. We got Grover Alexander, Jimmy Fox, Christy Mathewson, and we're going to end with Casey Stengel. All right, not too bad. We got 7 Hall of Famers and a checklist. All right. So, thank you so much for watching. Thomas, hello. Hey. That just popped up. Great to see you. Appreciate you being here. We just ripped a whole box of 1987 Topps baseball. We were looking for the Bo Jackson and Barry Bonds cards, and in the entire box, we didn't find a single darn one of them. But we got this stack of decent stars, semi-stars, notable players. So we're going to set those aside. We've been looking for gradable cards. I have this huge stack here of cards that I'm planning on eventually sending off to PSA. And I'm hoping that you guys might be able to help me in deciding which of those cards I should send, because I would love your input. Obviously, let me get some of this stuff cleaned up, and we'll start going through some of these just for something to do. I'm not sending off all of these. That would be insane. There's got to be 100 cards here. I don't have that kind of money. Thomas, I love Rip and Wax too. If you love it, if you love watching it, subscribe to the channel, man. I've got, over 1,000 videos, 1,000 shorts. We rip 2 packs every single day on the channel. I put together a few short videos throughout the week, every single week. I try to keep up with it because, it's my hobby. I love doing this stuff. I really appreciate sharing it with you. Thank you for the sub. All right, obviously, if we're going for high value, this is a Bowman's Best Cuts Ken Griffey Jr. Prism. And this one, I think raw is like $115, $120. This is definitely going to PSA. Do I sell wax packs? No, I buy a bunch of wax packs. Occasionally on my Whatnot streams, if I do a deal locally where I get like cases or multiple boxes of the same series, then I will sell some of the wax packs off, recoup some of that money. But in general, no, I don't sell wax packs. Don't have a card shop. I'm just a guy in the garage. Got a 1989 Larry Bird. This one measures out pretty well. It's a little low, but it's an 89 Fleer, and Larry Bird is an absolute legend. So I was thinking about sending this one. '83 Ryan Sandberg rookie, Fleer. It's pretty well centered. It's a shade to the left. Top to bottom is not so bad. I pulled this one out of a pack very recently. But this one might make it to PSA. I got a couple Frank Thomas Leaf rookies. They measure out pretty well. I mean, Leaf was a premium product back then. Do I use the grade centering tool? No, I use this centering tool. And I have this to help me get a good look at it. So this I'll use to magnify the corners, make sure that they're sharp, check the surface of the card. I'll use the millimeters to centered. Jim, welcome in, man. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, but these are pretty well centered. The corners are pretty sharp. Very sharp, actually. The edges look good. The surfaces look good. So I was going to send these off. Got a couple of Shaq rookies. These are a little harder, at least for me, to figure out centering. I don't know what the distance is supposed to be from the Stadium Club graphic to the edge. And that's about the only, measuring that I can really do on the card. The bottom gold line is supposed to be some set distance from the bottom, and then the edge of that black Stadium Club logo is supposed to be a set distance from the left edge of the card. I don't know what those are. It's frustrating. I don't know where to find them either. No, I don't have any Jason Kidd cards. I wasn't really a big basketball collector, although the next stack of cards is all Jordans. 89. I pulled this. I was coming back from a job in Indiana, and I stopped by at Baseball Card Exchange, and they were kind enough to allow me to film some shorts. And I bought an 89 Fleer, pulled the Jordan. That was amazing. It was cool. Like, I had one shot, and I got the pack. So that's going for sure. I already have a 90 All-Star graded at a mint 9. But this one looked like the star. You can tell by the stars on the bottom. The tips of the stars are just touching the edge of the card. So that's pretty well centered. So I'm going to try again. Maybe that one will come back at a mint or a gem mint 10. I got this hollow. This one's going. Upper Deck. Got some 91 Fleer, the base card. All-Star. And then this Hoops card on the USA team. That's a really clean-looking card. Oh, yeah, dude. I born in Chicago, grew up in the suburbs. Jordan is a god around here. I mean, I'm going to... I'm sending these to get graded. I'm never going to let them go. We got a Griffey Classic Best. We got a Jeter pre-rookie. We got some Ricky cards. No, I wish I had his rookie card. And that's the thing. I'd like to get his rookie card. But the rookie card that I would rather get is the I think it's 1984 Star. They only sold those in team sets, so there's no mystery to it. You buy a set, you know what you're going to get. But the 86 Fleer, I mean, unless it's graded, like it's so hard to determine whether or not the pack or the box that you're buying, or even a raw card that you're buying, is a genuine, authentic card. I don't have the expertise to make that determination on my own. And even some of the boxes that are even BBCE wrapped may have been pressed to look for correlation. So you almost can't, because some of them, they could be Frankenstein together, is what I'm saying. See, the 84 Star, I mean, there's an 84 Star, there's 85 Star, and then the 86 Fleer. And then I saw some video on YouTube recently where it's like a bigger card, like a 5x7 card. Some company in Illinois had the rights to the logo, the picture, the players for promotional purposes, and that one is taken off. Peyton Manning, Chris Carter, Fran Tarkenton, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Emmitt Smith. Yeah, Ricky. I got a couple Rickies here. These I'm considering sending off to PSA as well. The 83 Ricky for sure. Because that is super centered. I got this Greg Maddux. This is a O-Pee-Chee, actually. The brighter back. Yeah, the 83 was fresh pulled out of a pack. I think I pulled that one in my History of Topps video, if you wanted to check that out. The 83, I don't think I would have, that wouldn't have been like a short. I would have definitely made a whole video out of that. 1991 Greg Maddux O-Pee-Chee. 1992 Nolan Ryan. Like any Nolan Ryan card, I've noticed if it gems, it's getting enough money to make it worth getting graded. Marino Provisions from 91. It's a little off center, but I know these Provisions are hard to come by. Got a second-year Griffey. This one's pretty well centered. I think it's maybe a shade to the right, but it's PSA, so it'll probably get a 10. Unless the grader broke up with his girlfriend that morning, then it'll get a 6. Here's the McGuire and Rose. We pulled a couple of these out of the box earlier, if you were watching. The Pete Rose that I pulled had an ink spot here, and the McGuires that I pulled were shifted to the left. Yeah, well, this one's the third one. This one's going to get sent. This one is spot on centered, and so is the Rose. I want to get as many Pete Rose cards graded as I can, because I think he's gonna get named to the Hall of Fame. He served his sentence. His lifetime ban is over. His life is over. He can. I think that was the thing with his scandal, is that they did not want to put him in the Hall and have him trading off of baseball's good name. To have a scandal like that, yeah, there have to be consequences, and I think it was right to keep him out of the Hall of Fame. But now that obviously he can't sign autographs anymore, he can't say he's in the Hall of Fame, he can't, promote himself as a Hall of Famer. Put him in the Hall of Fame. He's absolutely deserves to be in there. Got a couple Emmett rookies. These are probably going to go. And then I got this Edge 95 Prism Emmett Smith. I remember these when they first came out in 95, and this was so hypnotic. Pac-Man sticker. These are always fun. How far can you go? I opened up a couple Pac-Man wax packs. And then I started looking for like comps on if they graded the stickers, and they do. This is the only sticker that I pulled that didn't have like chipping or gnarled up edges. Let's see, what else do I have? '91 Griffey All-Star. '86 Garbage Pail Kid cards. Yeah. My parents didn't let me collect the Garbage Pail Kid cards. They said it was they were gross, they were pointless. They're not going to be worth anything like baseball cards are. and the most ironic thing is that the Garbage Pail Kid cards are probably worth far more than any of the baseball cards from that same year. I got a couple, two Scottie Pippens. Scottie Pippen must have been in a really good location on the sheet, because it's like every single one that I pull is spot on. These are the two best. Larry Bird. Barkley from 1990 Fleer. Tony Gwynn and Puckett. Yeah. Irvin Magic Johnson. This one's pretty squared up. And I love in the Skybox the backgrounds that they did in the first few years of printing cards. This is a Mickey Mantle reprint from the '89 Bowman packs. And this one is very well centered. And I know that these cards, even though they're just a reprint with, put your name here and send it back to Bowman type of deal, these do get a little bit of money if they come back at 10s. It's so weird what people collect. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Got Manny. Again, this would be a stretch. Even if it got a 10, it's only like a $20 card. Yeah, no kidding, the Dream Team won't ever be. Can you imagine getting all of those egos together today? It would be a freaking cat fight every day. Here we go. Gary Payton rookie sensations. Gem Mint, these do pretty well. Couple Bo Jackson cards here. Ugliest set to have ever been produced, 1991 Fleer Baseball. But it is dead on center. Sharp corners, clean edges, clean surface. Can't ask for more than that. It's so weird. You look at his profile, you just look at his face, his head. You would not think that that's the same man. I mean, his body, it's just, he holds that bat. Him and Frank Thomas are the only two players that I've seen that make the baseball bat look like a freaking toothpick. Yeah, I got a few Provisions. I sent away, I think it was a Dwight Gooden 91 Provisions. It's got the black background. It came back at an 8.5 from BGS. Griffey, Dream Team. These, I've pulled so many of these because I am running a series where I open up the 1991 Score Series 2s. I'm looking for the Mickey Mantle autograph. And I've pulled so many of these where the corners have been dinged. This one, no, not at all. Corners are all sharp. Here I got, these are all from that 91 score set. I got 3 chippers that are grade worthy. I've pulled maybe 6 or 7 of these, but these 3 are the only ones that are grade worthy. I've got a whole bunch of these American flag cards. These get some money if they gem. And it seems like the majority of them are, like, they put extra effort into these cards. The Frank Thomas, especially in the 91 score, with the black background, it's just so difficult to gem this out. But this one, like, it maybe has a soft corner on the top left, but I like it. Got 1990 Donruss Randy Johnson. The Brian Downing Diamond Kings reverse negative. You look at him at as he's batting. The Angels jersey is reversed. And then I got the 2 Nolan Ryan errors as well from that same set. This one is supposed to have the performance background, and it's got the King of Kings card back. This one's supposed to have King of Kings, and it has the Major League Performance. So the 2 backs are switched. Upper Deck Chipper Jones rookie from a flea market pack. Yeah, they're still out there, man. They're still out there. I mean, they made millions upon millions upon millions of each of these cards. It's just a matter of finding one that's in superb condition, very high-grade condition. This Wade Boggs. I set this one aside not only because it looks like it's very well centered, but I was going to be at a card show to get his autograph. I just never was able to make it. Yeah. You look back in Nolan Ryan's career, how he never, like, here's his card. Like, all the asterisks, all the bold. Well, no, it's the tops that have the bold and the italicized, but look at all the asterisks on here. He led the league in strikeouts 3 years running, and then 4 years running, and then 3 years running late in his career. And yeah, you're telling me he couldn't pull one of those? All right, Don Mattingly, Randy Johnson. I mean, this is when Donruss made the Diamond Kings the Diamond Kings, like, This is how they should have been all along, like an insert card. Be able to rip another pack on here just to see what pack do you want me to rip? Here's a Biggio rookie. This one might go. Caleb Williams. You know, I don't know what the Bears are going to do with this guy. He is a really good quarterback. I just think the Bears are going to ruin him. Yeah, I've got anything older than 89. Do I have anything older than 89? I'm not sure. Let me go take a look really quick and see if I have anything older than that. All right, let's see. Anything older than 89? Well, no, I really don't have too much older than 89, but we'll get these. We'll rip these really quick. We'll do 1989 Donruss. Let's see if we can find this Griffey. Hey, we're going to start with a checklist. Isn't that awesome? Steve Ontiveros, Ernie Witt, Dave Clark, Ricky Horton, Dennis Lamp, Dale Moronic. Ricky Jordan would have been a big hit back in the day, too. I have a baseball autograph by Ricky Jordan. Jack Savage, Mike Boddicker, Lance Johnson. There's a Kirk Gibson, Diamond King, Lloyd McClendon, German Gonzalez, and Sil Camposano. No, that was a dud pack. Bears QB Cures continues. Name another player on that offense. Rome Odunze. Rome Odunze is going to be a beast of a wide receiver. And he's going to succeed because, what's his name? DJ Moore is also out there. Here we got 1988 Fleer. That's older than 1989. Oh, yeah, the friggin' baseball porn stashes. Yeah, man. Jim Presley. Candy Maldonado. Phil Bradley. Chris Bando. Moose Haas. Steve Lombardozzi. Hey, we got Barry Bonds. Nice. That. No, that corner's dinged. That's too bad. Barry Bonds, that's a good one. Jerry Royce. Brendan Smith. Jose Gonzalez. Dwayne. Jose De Leon. Billy Hatcher. Bob Welch. Paul Molitor highlight. There we go. Kirk McCaskill, and Eric Nolte. The corners can get ruined easily. You know, 88 Donruss just about ruined the hobby easily. Here we go. I think this is the oldest pack that I currently have. Yeah. 1987 Topps Football Wax Pack. Randall Cunningham, rookie. There's second-year Jerry Rice. Let's go ahead and just rip it. Since we did 87 baseball, we can do some 87 football. Here is Ruben Mays, Mike Merriweather, Garen Veras, Steve Largent. Nice. We'll put him up. Got Ray Wershing, Kelvin Bryant, Art Monk. That's another good one. Let's get another stand for Art Monk. There. Oh, Randall Cunningham. There it is. Nice. We pulled the Randall Cunningham rookie. Touch off center. Still a good card. Todd Holmo. Wait, Holmo? Holmo. Charlie Brown. We got Kevin Butler, Leroy Irvin, Eddie Brown, Darrell Green. Nice. Gerald Wilhite and Jeff Gossett. We got the Randall Cunningham rookie. Excellent. Nice. Darrell Green's another good one. And that Largent looks a little off center, but that's still pretty good. Randall Cunningham. Let's take a look. Definitely to the left. And that is a little... look at that. There's ink right there. That's too bad. You know what? I'll throw it in a top loader, put it in my personal collection. I don't have to get that graded. All right, not too bad. That's Steve Largent. Let's take a look at the Largent. That looks a little more centered. There's no ink stains on that. All right. Put the Cunningham over here. We're going to put the Largent with the other cards to look at. Possibly submit for grading. All right. So, yeah, I mean, Griffey. Got this Pete Rose. Most hits lifetime. Record breaker. That is so well centered. The corners don't look too bad. 1986 cards are rough. They are rough to get good grades on. But yeah, this one. Got the 82 Pete Rose. Baseball or NFL related, like I mean, these are all cards that I'm gonna submit to PSA. Yeah. I've been trying to get a bunch of Bo Jacksons. I've been trying to get a bunch of Pete Roses, and just anything in the like 80, 86, 87, 88 range, because I think the way I see how the hobby, how cards, how prices are going right now, it seems like anything 85 and earlier is slightly out of my price range. And I think as the years progress, that's going to kind of keep up with it. So it's going to, like, the all 86 cards in another year are going to start to appreciate in value. I'm talking like sealed boxes and star cards like the Ripken All-Star from the 86 set, the Pete Rose record breaker, or those Pete Rose through the years cards that were in the 86 top set. Those, I think, are going to appreciate in value substantially starting in the next year or two, just because that's what I see with like 85, 84, 83 cards. Yeah, I think Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. It was right to keep him out while he was alive, but now that he isn't around with us anymore, I think for sure he needs to get in the Hall. These, I started sleeving these up. These have actually probably been sitting in these card savers for almost a year. I set them to the side just because when I pulled them out of packs, they looked pretty good. This one looks like it's off center a little bit to the left, so I don't think this one's going to go. This one might be the same. Just slightly to the left. But the base cards actually don't look too bad. So those might go. This one looks a little to the left. This one doesn't look too bad. This one's almost, I'd say this one's more centered. Got the John Olerud. This is the Topps Traded rookie. Got 84 Sandberg. This is MVP year. Griffey. Oh, here's another Jordan. Here's a couple more Jordans. Jordan, Harper, and Kerr. Got another 91-92 Upper Deck Jordan and Skybox Salutes. We got Bo 89 Pro set. This one I actually found in a bulk box, in like a 10,000 count box. Many names of players ends with N. Nolan Ryan, Gunnar Henderson, Cal Ripken, Tony Gwynn. Here's a McGuire. 88 Gold Cup. I mean, this is just... It's so perfect. I think, in my opinion, this is so perfectly centered. Couple Cortez Kennedy, Junior Seau rookies. We got a Sammy Sosa gold winner from 1992. This is actually one of the first ones that I measured out. And it measures out very centered. Yeah, before roids. 82 Nolan Ryan earned run average leaders. So I got a Ditka. Ditka looks pretty centered. Got a couple Mike Piazza rookies. Got a action-packed Emmitt Smith. I already got one of these graded. It came back as a 9. So I wanted to try again. I mean, I guess like that and that might bring the grade down. So probably not the first. This won't be the first round to PSA, maybe second or third round. I got this Barry Bonds Denny's card. I just threw it in here because it doesn't really fit in a top loader. It's a little bit of a thicker card. So those are all the cards that I am considering sending off to PSA for grading, and I'm gonna probably put together a video. I'm not gonna do about all of them, but I'll narrow it down to maybe like 30 to 40 cards and put together a video and have you guys vote or give suggestions. But to late night here, so I am going to wrap it up. I really appreciate you guys being here and just listening to me bullshit for a while. Oh yeah, definitely. Jordan had a great roster around him, and not just with Pippen and Rodman, but if you think about, I mean, because you got to have a guy on the outside that can shoot threes, and not just anyone. And like he had Steve Kerr and then Tony Kukoc, and just to spread the floor like that, to have that threat from beyond the 3-point arc. I don't really do too many lives. I do want to do more, and when I do them, I am gonna just rip a whole box and then just do what we're doing now, just bullshit and go through the PC and kind of show off what I got, talk with you guys. I do 2 shorts every single day, and I do a few videos throughout the week. That's mostly where all of my content is. I don't do too many lives, but like I said, I do want to get into doing more lives. So keep an eye out, subscribe and turn on those notifications, and you will know exactly what I'm doing. So, when was it? They were playing the Jazz. It was their last championship, right? So it was 1998. I had just graduated high school, and I was on a senior class trip to Britain, and we were in Dublin, and that was the night that the Bulls won the championship, and they had it on the TV, and I'm watching. That was the phantom push-off that Jordan had. Stole the ball from Karl Malone, dumped it off, ran down the court, got the ball back, charged straight down the lane, pulled up, and it looked like he pushed off and hit a jump shot to seal the game and the championship. And that was so awesome. I get on the tour bus the next morning, and there were 3 groups on that tour. There was us. We were from Chicago. There was a group from like the Austin, Texas area, and then there was a group from the Denver area. And I remember everyone was so sad, so angry, and I'm like, why is everyone in such a bad mood? And they're like, freaking Bulls won again. They win all the time. And I'm like, yeah, it's awesome, right? And they're like, no, we hate the Bulls. It's just being a sports fan in Chicago, you never really get to truly appreciate. There are so few eras and teams that show up in Chicago that we can just annihilate the whole league for any length of time. If you look back in Chicago history, you got to go back to like the beginning of the 20th century when our baseball teams were perennially good. And then, the Cubs went, 108 years between championships. So, yep, Jim, thanks for stopping by. I'm about to wrap it up anyways. I'm just rambling here. But, yeah, it's tough being a Chicago fan. Loved it when they won. I hate it now that we're all losing everything. So, yeah, lives every so often, but definitely subscribe to the channel and keep an eye open because I might do this again in a couple weeks. I'll find another box. I'll put out a poll and see what you guys want, and we'll take it from there. But Jim, thanks for stopping in. I'll see you in Too Many Card streams. Thomas, appreciate you being here. Thanks. You have a great night too. Anyone else who might still be here, thanks for stopping in. Take it easy. Stay safe. Keep ripping.